pretty action-oriented guy, but I found myself on the Skype call with you, hearing what you were saying, and all of a sudden it just seems so obvious. So I typed on Facebook and I said, ethical cult building. That was the first time those three words have ever been put together on Facebook, as far as I know. And I just said, I'm considering offering a one-time training to share my methods for creating high engagement social media, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, comment in. That was on a Tuesday. By Sunday, we had over 400 people in the Facebook group. And then I just started rolling out those trainings. Since then, and I just did the numbers this morning, I've done over $200,000 in sales from the ethical cult building idea. And it was sharing stuff that I knew, that I'd achieved results with. And I've seen you do this with so many people. And that's why I'm really excited for all of you guys that are here, because it really is about not just your tactics and what you do, but it's about how you're thinking about yourself, how you're thinking about money, how you're thinking about the actions that you're taking. And all of that happens backstage mentally. And Telman is he's just a competent guy. And so I'm just excited to have you guys in on this. I do have a question for all of you before I kind of be quiet and let the master take over. Type in the comments, what is the main reason that you decided to invest your time in coming to this training today? Please type it in. And guys, this is our challenge group here. So we don't have any secrets. You type that shit in there. The reason I was so influenced by Telman is because I knew I was operating far below my potential and I was leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars literally on the table. Telman helped me to make that connection. So please type in, what is your reason for being here? Get extra points for specifics, Salmon. Feeling good ain't as specific. And I appreciate the fact that you value what I share, but I'm interested in hearing what it is that you're.
All right, we got to upgrade my money attracting power. We have to break through some of my financial blocks. All right, here we go. We got deep-seated scripts about worthiness. Want to understand how I can make more. I am creating a circus of connection to travel across the U.S. and I want to fund the project. Nice, Aaron. This week is a nonstop flow of epic upgrades. It only makes sense to maximize the impact. I'm shooting at 200K. I think you can do better than that, Cedric. Identify money blocks. Need to expand the use of my abilities. Every 800K helps, says Brian.
Hey, Brian. The general.
I was intrigued by hypnosis. I want to break the barrier of 10K a month. Lars, think bigger. Aim at 100 if you want to break 10. I'm doing the challenge now for the first time. It seems like a natural way to make the most of it, says Olga. Hey, Olga. I've heard of Telman's reputation and the fact that Jesse recommends him. Mind blown.
Telman, I'm going to interject. I think this is maybe the most powerful, and this is not a competition, but I just want to point something out here from Wolfram. 5 words, man, that just really speak. I think this really speaks volumes. I am broke right now. What better reason to invest your time and your energy in a training to break that cycle? And I really respect the fact that you said that, Wolfram. It's pretty specific. So guys, let's dig deeper here. And I really respect the fact that you're sharing all of this. One of the things that I've seen in Telman, I've observed in myself and my own clients, is that ambiguity is the enemy. Being vague is the enemy, and it actually perpetuates being stuck. So when people say, I want to make more money, then what happens, you find $1 laying on the sidewalk and the universe answered your wishes. Exactly. So the more specific you are about why you're here, what is the problem that's happening in your life? What are you missing out on because you don't have an optimized wealth consciousness? That if you did have an optimized wealth consciousness, if you were operating all of the time as this ethical opportunist and you're always seeing ways to add value and you're allowing yourself to receive value, what changes? So let's get some specifics in here. What are some specific reasons that you're here? And money is a means to an end, guys. Money is not the end in itself. If you do generate an extra 10 or 15K a month or an extra 10,000 a week, which is extremely doable, what does that change in your life? Who is affected by that? Think about this, guys. Allow yourself to really get present and to be radically honest with yourself. You're not just doing this for yourself. You're not just doing this to accumulate some other ideas. And I want you to get the most out of this training that you can. And in order to get the most out of this training, you got to get gut honest with yourself about what's not working. And there's no judgment in that. just like Wolfram, man, I respect the fuck out of you, man, for saying, I am broke right now. That's just a residue of your past thoughts, your past feelings, and your past behavior. And that can change in an instant. So the fact that you've been so honest, man, that means everything. But I'm going to challenge you guys to go deeper. Why are you really here? It ain't to make more money. Money is a means to an end. So please type in, what are you missing out on? And since I checked, we've got 54 new comments. So guys, if we don't,
you're just flying in.
Yeah, if we don't answer all these, please don't take it personally, okay? All right. So what else changes? What else changes in your life? Okay. So here's a great one. Thank you, Luis. I'm missing out on experiences, opportunities to impact and better quality of life. So my question would be, if you really want to activate your imagination, if you really want these things to happen in your life, name them. What are the experiences that you're missing out on? You know, something that years ago, I remember when I still ran the martial arts schools, and I would see these trips that all these entrepreneurs were taking. And one of the trips that I saw was a trip to Necker Island to hang out with Sir Richard Branson. And it was something like $40,000 to do.
That's how much it was.
And I remember seeing that and thinking, God, that would be amazing. I would love to do that. And it turns out, for you guys, if you don't know this, Tellman has done that. That's why he knows how much the investment is. And when you were on the island, you had another pretty interesting adventure too.
It's true. It's true. So I had I was very blessed. I've been to Necker Island 3 times. And I mean, it was 3 very expensive trips. I'll tell you that much. But the second time I got married on Necker Island, and this was not pre-planned.